Great blessed morning and afternoon and evening to everyone around the universe. Much love and blessings from yours truly, one of the universe's finest. Your divine emperor, that selective selectors, that deep spiritual healing love culture specialist, that unconditional love specialist. I just came on right about now because I wanted to touch on a subject right quick. We need to stop segregating, okay, when it comes to actually everything nowadays in life, and I'm going to touch on music right about now. Okay, when it comes to disco, let me even come back a little bit. Music is a spiritual thing. It's got to come from the heart. So if you're not coming from the heart, you're not spiritual, you're not feeding that, you're not doing it from a spiritual sense, it that's come from God, it's the frequencies, So now on that note, when it comes to disco was created as a collective thing because it wasn't just about black people, it was also Spanish, Latin, however you want to call it. It was Italians. Oh, need I go on? I mean, Germany, all of that. It was a mixture of a dance beat with orchestrated and synthesized music, so electronic. So on that note, also, when we look at it, if it was underground or not, it was underground because it was played in what we call now clubs, nightclubs. Before it was called a discotheque. Think about it. And also it was played in house sets, at home house sets, get-togethers, if you want to call it. That's the way they used to call them back in the day. Basement parties, that's where it all came from. So it was a mixture of all kinds of people, gay and straight people. It was all a mixture. It was a collage of things, and everybody was just having fun. It wasn't nothing about segregation or, this is this is that, this is this. And you had funk in it. You had everything in it. You had soul in it. You had everything in it, but it was just called disco. So there was no revenge there. It was just an it evolved into something else, which was house. So now we have segregation in house. We have cults in house, occults, because, occults could be in everything. You got to be careful what you get into. You know what I'm saying? So house and disco shouldn't have been nothing about that. It's about younger urban or young urban people getting together and celebrating life and putting each other in a higher frequency. It's not about segregation or who did what, who's better, who's this, who's that. Because without a collaboration or a collective, you don't have anything. So, stop putting each other better than the other, and then when somebody passes away, it's easy to say something to back it up what you're trying to say when they're not around to speak in the 3 dimension. I would leave that alone because, if you're sure about what you're saying, because I'm sure about what I'm saying, because I know. I come from a long, long line of the club scene, discotheque scene, My dad owned clubs from way back in the 70s, even longer than that. Now, I was involved in that indirectly and directly. So nobody can tell me different when it comes to saying this. And on that note, if you hear the track that I'm playing in the background, I'm just looping it because I made a loop so that way you can just hear a little piece of it, because I don't want nobody to start talking about copyright issues or whatever, that's another subject that I want to get into, but we can't get into it right now because that's just deep. And I go deep down, and I bring you the truth, always bring you the truth. Honesty is the best policy. And I've been in this scene for the longest. I am not an entertainer. I am a artist. Okay. I am about quality over quantity. So if you have a different opinion, I have the right perspective. So we're gonna leave it on that note, and much love and blessings to everyone around the universes. I mean it from the heart and soul, straight from one of the universe's finest, your divine emperor, Ron Flawless, the selector of selectors. Much love and blessings. I mean it from the heart and soul. Let me share some heated light right about now. Bam, 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 bam. Talk to you soon.